a very beautiful Monday morning to you out there as you join us on our newspaper review this morning on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. My name is Lawrence Somaiti. Welcome to the show. Yes, as usual, we'll be taking a trip around the pages of the newspapers across the country, and later on in the course of the program, we will be looking at some of the headlines. So we start off with the Punch news leading with the hunger protest. Tinubu's speech attracts knocks, kudos. That's how the Punch newspapers put their story. We're still staying with the Punch newspaper. Hunger protest, marketers top fuel supply queues resurface. That's still staying with the Punch newspaper. Plateau imposes 24-hour curfew on state capital. And according to the Punch, just in DSS arrest and bad governance in Nigeria, protest leader in Abuja. And away from the protest story, JAM gives schools ultimatum to disclose illegal admission. Hardship, diesel sulfur trigger Ladoja to get beaded crown this week, palace sources. Those are headlines you can get on the front page of the Punch newspapers. Yes, from the Punch to the Nation newspapers. And staying with the protest story, protesters leave Lagos ground, desert Abuja, Benin venues. That's according to the Nation newspaper. Fentiri, Kachuku, Okocha give president more time. Tinubu will make Nigeria great again. Oyo Council chairman pull out of Algon. Ladoja accepts beaded crown. Showing car to youth. Leverage arts, creativity for nation building. Oti, Soludo, Diri ask youth to heed Tinubu's call for dialogue. All this story. On to the Vanguard newspaper, and your guess is right, still staying with the protest stories. Tinubu's broadcast fell short of expectations. Organizers, Atiku, Shoyinka, BDP, NLC, others. IBB disowned post endorsing military rule, says democracy has come to stay. Inflation, households struggle to cope with galloping food prices. Food inflation, students groan on campuses. NDLA seizes loud shipments hidden in 4 vehicles from Canada. Protest continues in Lagos on Monday, according to organizers. Soldiers nab wanted gun runner in Kaduna. 6 days after, whereabouts of kidnapped Delta ex-lawmaker still unknown. 7 gunmen struck. Imo community leader tells security agents. And call of protest. Poor Nigerians can't endure more days at Tedo Peterside Bags. Protest, we won't allow people with political agenda tear Nigeria apart. Okay, the Guardian newspaper is next, and virtually all the stories revolve around the protests and reactions. Outrage over rehash of old policies, threats, failure to soothe protesters. Protests, 52 billion naira worth of looting, a setback to entrepreneurs and investment. Naira. Shareholders worry over 11 trillion naira losses in equity. And protest, some sacrifices needed to rescue economy, says Bagudu. Lasima, non-payment of forex forward pushing companies into bankruptcy. Nelfund disburses 2 billion naira to students of BUK, Unimed, for other universities. I am still Otun Olubado, despite accepting to wear the beaded crown, Ladoja declares. Okay, those are the headlines that we can take on the front pages of our dailies today. We'll take a short break, and when we return, we will go into details of
Hello, Abuja. You are listening to 93.7 Citizen FM, a broad mix of culture and views with priority given to development programming to enable residents share ideas and conversation. Our aim is to build a united Nigeria by bringing people of diverse culture together through communication. Enjoy listening to 93.7 Citizen FM. We are more than just a radio station. We are a part of your life. Wake up. Reach out. Speak up. Speak out. You are the voice of a new generation. And this is your station. Talk Radio 93.7 Citizen FM. With award headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland, NSCDC. That's where we are.
The issues everybody respected that was coming from the president. Clearly behind it, the way the people took the battle in their hands. Some civil servants retired without a roof over their head. The cause.
If we cannot trust you, then you cannot take the ticket of this country. Who cannot be divorced from those who cause it. Honestly.
The passion.
You must have national spread. So where is it?
Why are you so concerned about that?
He said money was. I never.
No. The platform is always the same.
Insight on Citizen FM 93.7.
The source is constant.
My name is Lawrence Moite.
There is always an opportunity.
Tomorrow, Insight returns with another interesting.
Insight with Lawrence Moite on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. Be part of the experience.
Did you miss out on the news during the week? Not to worry.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. It's still Newspaper Review on Citizen 93.7 FM here in Abuja. My name is Lawrence Someti. Welcome to the second part of the show where we look at the stories in details. And my guest is already seated, Arhina's analyst and also the CEO of Citizen 93.7 FM, Mr. Salman Salami. Good morning, sir.
Very good morning to you, Lawrence.
All right, and as usual, Mr. Salami will help us make sense of some of the headlines in the papers today. And we start off with the Guardian newspaper that is leading with the protest story just like virtually all the other newspapers. And this is how the Guardian newspaper puts the headline: outrage over rehash of old policy full of President Bola Tinubu's soothing words to perhaps calm the nerves of agitated protesters nationwide. Got his speech yesterday morning, but without the much needed soothing effect. The 15 minutes broadcast and 2,078 word speech catalogued the controversial policies of the government with an air of achievement. Beyond the protest, issued some threats against violence and ended without addressing any of the 10-point requests of the protesters, and much for the concerns of most Nigerians. The embarked governance in Nigeria protesters across various groups nationwide have been staging protests to press home for an end to anti-people policies, reversal of fuel prices, demand 70,000 naira minimum wage that has been assented to by the president, reversal of the hike in tertiary education fees by many institutions, disclosure of public officials' salary and benefits to deepen accountability and transparency. Mr. Salami, that's just a summary of the whole thing. But to be fair to the president, some other Nigerians also gave kudos to the president after the speech.
Well, once again, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to say one thing or the other on the aftermath of the planned protest. I will not join them in saying bad government protest. You see, it appears to me as if in the best interest of the ethos of journalism, it is not possible to say most Nigerians at what point in time do you take the I must say clearly that it depends on which side of the divide you stand. While some people feel or felt that Mr. President has touched on the raw nerves, or Mr. President has assuaged the nerves of most Nigerians, some are saying that the address, the national broadcast, fell short of what was expected. If I must speak, I think Mr. President has touched on most of the major issues around the planned protest. For example, he called for dialogue and he said that as usual, he is ready and prepared, that he has heard us loud and clear. He said that. And I wouldn't know whether you are on WhatsApp, Lawrence. You could see what the Prime Minister of Britain said to the protesters and what our President said. He came out smoking and said that Britain will not accept this. Whereas our own president, just as a father that he is, was pleading and conscientizing us that look, it is better to dialogue, and that dialogue is far the best. Better what Jojo they say is better than war. And not only that, let us look at the wanton destruction that happened. There is a thin line between protest and riot. If I must speak, this has passed the stage or the level of riot. It is now in the area of criminality. We also saw the looting that happened on a very large scale. What of the killings of both government and let us allow reason to prevail? Just as our leaders, the Sultan, the camp president, and our traditional leaders have waded in and pleaded that please, this is no more protest. It's becoming
with the protest story, the Guardian has another story here. Protest 52 billion naira worth of looting is setback to entrepreneurs and investment. The Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Doris Uzoka Anite, has lamented the looting of businesses and livelihood that took place in some states at the weekend, saying that the loss of 21 and people's homes, according to her, approximately 52 billion naira worth of goods were looted or destroyed, describing this as a severe setback for the economy and entrepreneurs. Mr. Salami, you alluded to this in the course of your opening statement.
quantify the loss. 52 billion worth of looting of goods and 21 lives lost. Coupled with the fact that this has caused a setback of our economy. We should think, let us allow reason to prevail. We have seen that many reasonable people, police officers have been killed, non-protesters have been injured, and of our ailing economy. Let us have the interest of our country in our heart. Think Nigeria first. Let Nigeria come first. We know that along the line, the protesters, they have their point. The government has come out to explain what they are doing to improve to improve and deliver the bountiful dividends of democracy to the people. It takes time. It takes time. Let us please give them a little time.
Okay, but Mr. Salami, because of the controversy over the handling of the protest by security agencies, is there any way our gallant officers and men could have handled this protest differently?
I saw it all. Lawrence, you see, like I said, that there is a thin line between protest and riot. How will you explain a situation whereby the miscreants who hijacked the process were throwing stones, pebbles, and what have you at the security agencies, and they were charging at them? Do you now say that they should just keep on looking? You see, even the law allows the security agencies to use reasonable force. It's just that they must be very circumspect, and they must respect lives, and they must appreciate. It does not end there. Where your right begins or stops, my own begins. It's a balancing act and to hold a peaceful protest in Nigeria. And I want to tell you that it was suspected that at the throw of a bottle, hell will let loose. Didn't we see it? We did. And it is in view of this that we should for now sheathe our sword, allow dialogue. Let's have conversation. Let's have a robust conversation around the issues that prompted the protest. Please think Nigeria.
All right, okay, not a story. Hunger protest, marketers stop fuel supply, queues resurface. Oil marketers have explained that the reappearance of queues at the filling stations in many states is because of the halt in the supply of petroleum products by dealers in a bid to avert losing their assets due to the ongoing nationwide hunger protest. Mr. Salami, this is another angle. The other angle we looked at was the destruction of investment and the sad story and experiences of entrepreneurs and everything. Now, this is another dimension, fuel scarcity. And you know what that means when there is a cessation in the supply of petroleum product.
Lawrence, what do we expect? PMS is highly inflammable. And you know the implication. You see, I saw them. I saw the miscreants. I saw the urchins. I saw it live. I was at the Eagle Square. The law enforcement agencies or agents, they were trying to make these people see reason why they should not go into the Eagle Square. They cited the court order. They even told them that it is better for them to restrict themselves to the MKO Stadium. Our young boys, whose blood is still hot,
as usual,
were insisting that Igusua they must go into. This caused a little wahala until when one of the ministers came, and when he tried to address him, they shouted him down. But of course, I'm sure he must have had this as an activist. So he started dancing with them and he was saying kulu 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 temper. You see, the thing is this, quite opportunity to take advantage and loot, and that they did. We saw it all over the states. And should we allow this to continue? As regards the halt in supply of petrol, yeah, I don't think it is good for them to stay very close to somebody holding a match while you are holding petrol or you are carrying petrol. In fact, it is combustible, and that should be avoided.
All right, this is your newspaper review on Citizen 93.7 FM. The phone lines are open. You can call us on 0903 2229797. You can also call us on 0818 2222205, or you can call us on 0818 2222207. Any of these numbers, call us and let's talk. You can also send us a WhatsApp message and we will be glad to read your message. Just let us know where you are writing in from. All right, Mr. Salami, still staying with the hardship or protest story, but this time another slant. Still staying with the punch. Hardship, states get 570 billion naira grants. And the federal government has released 570 billion naira to 36 states to expand livelihood support to their states. President Bola Tinubu announced on Sunday. He also revealed that Nigeria spends 2 trillion naira monthly to import petrol. He stated this during the nationwide broadcast to Nigerians as he disclosed that 9.1 trillion naira was accumulated as total fiscal revenue to the federal government coffers during the first half of 2020. 2024. Mr. Salami, this looks like good news to the state, more money to the state, but hardly do we beam searchlights on the states.
You see, it's not enough to say that yes, there is more money to the state. It's true. They are getting more than what they've been getting before, close to 4 times what they've been getting. The question is this: is there a commensurate improvement? Well, I think Mr. President is doing what is expected of him, but the press and his media handlers, are they doing enough? And the local governments, not the center alone. A lot of money is being pumped to the states. The state's allocation now from the FAC, the governors accountable. Ask questions. Ask them, what are you doing with this money? Just yesterday, Mr. President said that over 570 billion grant has gone to the state again. For Christ's sake. To what use? It is your money. Please, just as you are criticizing the federal government and this and Mr. President, please put the heat on the state government. Your points in such a way that the governor will know that it's not business as
usual. And Mr. Salami, one of the ways to do that is to reach out to your representatives at the state level and your councillor at the local government level, and even your commissioners, because not many Nigerians will have access to the governor. So what are those people doing? The lawmaker in your state who represents your constituency is perhaps the easiest person to reach in terms of public officials. There are questions to be asked. You saw the budget at the beginning of the year. What is the level of implementation of the budget, especially concerning projects related to your constituency? You ask relevant questions. Your local government chairman, that market, the construction of that market that was announced at the beginning of the year, what is the level of progress of work done? How much has been spent so far? And these are critical to them. Promises were made during campaign. After election, what has been happening? These are questions to be asked. We understand that of significant progress in the state. These are critical questions that Nigerians need to ask their representatives. And you can write letters, you can make visits. There are constituency offices, or at least there are supposed to be constituency offices across the country. And these are... Okay, another slant to the protest story is the plea by some prominent Nigerians, especially elected officials. This time, the governor, since we are talking about holding the governors to account, Oti Soludo Diri asked youth to heed Tinubu's call for dialogue. This is according to The Nation newspaper. 3 governors, Alex Oti of Abia State, Charles Soludo of Anambra State, and Duyo Diri of Bayelsa State yesterday took the same path with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu by calling on youth to dialogue with the government over their demands. They said talks between the government were better tools for ending disagreement instead of taking recourse to the protest. Mr. Salami, something significant about this call is that if you look at the 3 governors, they are from different political parties. So this looks like a cross-party, but this looks like a national appeal.
It is. I am telling you that the Sultan came out to plead with the youth, especially to sheathe the sword. The camp president, Christian Association of Nigeria, the president, did the same. From please on the 4th day was more than enough to have a retreat. To the extent that Ebun Adegorua said that he never thought that this would happen, that he regretted calling out to climb on the back of the lion. There's nothing bad in that. It's the easiest thing to do.
But that when the lion is hungry, God, and how do you get down?
You end up in the stomach. See what has happened. It is sad. It is a minor. Protest is a right. No doubt about that. Nobody has said that they do not have the right to protest. What we are on and experience has shown that it's pretty difficult to make protests peaceful in the country. Why? They are waiting in the wings. I mean those who want to take advantage. There are some who are not satisfied with what is going on. There are quite many other fifth columnists. There are so many interests. And that is why, but I will repeat myself, Jojo is better than Wowo.
Alright, this is your newspaper review on Citizen FM 93.7, and the phone lines are still open. You can call us on 0903 2229797. You can also call us on 0818 2222205 or 0. You can also send us a WhatsApp number on away from the protest story for a while now and look at some other stories. And there's this very interesting story in the Nation newspaper. Oyo Council Chairman pulled out of Algon. The 33 council chairmen in Oyo State have dumped the Association of Local Government of 19 local governments across the country. The chairman, in a communique by the chairman, unanimously declared their support for Governor Johnston as solidarity to the governor, to Governor Makine's exemplary leadership and unrivaled achievements since his assumption to office. The Oyo State Governor had, during a meeting with some stakeholders after the court ruling, constituted committees to review Apex Court's ruling on local government autonomy. Mrs. Salami, a lot of people saw this coming, this kind of development. Are we likely to see more of this? Is this a protest against the judgment of the Supreme Court?
It is not unexpected. You see, there are...
Sorry, sir. It's not you. I wanted to call.
All right, the number to call is 0903 2229797. You can also call us on 0818 2222205 or 0818 2222206. Mr. Salami, your thoughts on it?
There was this song by the legendary fella Nicola Kupti when he was referring to colonialism and we said they have released you now, but you never release yourself. You see, it is not funny at all. We saw this coming because it is one thing for the Supreme Court to grant autonomy to the local government. It is for the local government officials themselves to say that yes, we want to be free. Quite many of these chairmen, councillors were sponsored by the government. Quite many too were handpicked by the governor. And of course we know that he who pays the piper
It's the tune.
Besides, it's unfortunate that godfatherism has eaten deep. It's now a cankerworm in such a manner that it has eaten deep to the fabrics of our society. It boils down to something, to one thing. The governors are not ready to let go their grip on the cash cow is such that the Supreme Court judgment is, in fact, it was unexpected. Up till now, quite many of them do not know what to do with the pronouncement from the Apex Court. You could see that quite many of them within 2 days, they try to arrange an election. And this goes into what we have been saying, that there is the need spent on the people, and the council chairman being the government that is close on meaningful and people-centered programs and policies. This should be the way. But like we have been saying,
well, a lot of interpretations could be given to this development. Are the local government chairman in Oyo State saying that they don't agree with the Supreme Court judgment, or are they going to hand over all the allocations back to the executive governor? And these are speculations that we don't know the answer yet. But another